Sven Heinrich of Northman Trader joins us now. Sven, I'm looking at the Nasdaq overall down nearly 2.5%, but in the Nasdaq 100, DocuSign, Moderna, Okta, Match, and Facebook down the most. What does this action tell you?
Hi, John. Well, it's basically what we follow up from last time we spoke, which we had a trend break in the S&P. We had then a bounce off of the 100 MA support, and then a rally that now has failed and has produced new lows. In tech, we also just broke the 100 MA in its trend, so it's key that tech can rally from here because we're actually getting fairly oversold here on the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, down to 28. We haven't seen that since March 2020. So I think what's happening with the close today may be worth watching. Otherwise, we risk into the next support levels down into, let's say, 1460.74 to 100 MA. Excuse me, the 150 MA at 14.241, or the 200 MA below. So keep what happens at close today.
So you perhaps position yourself differently depending on how the day ends up?
Well, from our perspective, we've been kind of approaching this from a sell in early September, but we're also attuned to the signals, and we've got to respect strong oversold signals building. So I think ultimately this is setting up for a bounce. The question is just simply whether they can save the close today or we're going to hit these new levels. So that's part of the calculation here into the beginning of the week, if you will.
Meantime, Sven, President, as we said on the tape now, asking the GOP to stop playing, in his words, Russian roulette with the economy and the debt ceiling, asking the GOP not to filibuster, quote, get out of the way so they don't, quote, destroy the country. How much of that do you think is actually at play today?
I think it's part of the kind of general uncertainty we have with that. In general, debt ceiling always gets basically kicked down the road. So it's just a matter of how far both parties are willing to take this. I would expect once that is resolved, you have a major relief rally. But to the extent this gets pushed to the wire, obviously you could pressure equities even further, for sure.